الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي.
Guest. Brother Muhammad, are you there?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yeah, first of all, Assalamu alaikum to Brother Imtiaz, Hashim Bhai, Bashir Bhai, Imran Bhai, and Ibn Hazan. I think you people did a great job in answering all the Ahmadi claims. But the topic is British colonial prophet, right? So I think we should also target the think tanks of the British mindset behind all of this, which is that, for centuries, the Western Christians, they tried to, weaken the ideology of Muslims in terms of monotheism, which they failed, for centuries. So British were like in the think tanks, you can almost imagine them, that they were like, so we have failed in defeating Muslims, in weakening their ideology on monotheism. So let's now try to target it on prophethood, on final prophethood. So this mindset propelled, the launching of Mirza. I think this is the context behind all of this. So they failed on monotheism, so they tried to target on final prophethood, which they also failed. Because, they always have this mindset. British always have this mindset of, not just in religious elements. To this day, we see the remnants of colonialism, the remnants of neo-colonialism, where they use states like Israel as buffer states against Muslims, right? Then afterwards, United States of America came in, and now they are using Israel as a buffer state against Muslims. And similar with Afghanistan, they used it against Russia. So they have this concept not in just in terms of religion, but also to this day we see in politics, right? So I think it is very important to expose the British mindset and the American colonialist mindset, which is to this day creating problems against the Muslim world. And I think we as Muslims need to unite, not just religiously, but also politically. This Palestine issue is a very important issue, and I think it is tied in with all these, ideologies and all these, colonialism, right?
Yeah, it's a direct result from colonialism, the state of Israel. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's the only point I wanted to highlight, because, the context is brilliantly said. Yeah.
Okay, Brother Muhammad, Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Start with your topic on the right.
Absolutely. So again, the point is Mirza was collaborating and working for the colonial government of India, okay, which was one of the most oppressive, tyrannical, and racist governments to have existed. And then he claimed from revelation that he has to serve this racist, genocidal, oppressive government of India, okay, as a virtue. He was paying lavish tributes. He even himself wrote, okay, Imtiaz Bhai, if you can pull out that quote, where he said that I have written so many pamphlets, so many articles, and so many ishtaharat that you can build, like, you can have like hundreds of thousands of pages. He said something like that. Yeah. Now, imagine a prophet of Allah writing works to defend the colonial government of India that killed 100 million people within 40 years, from 1880 to 1920, as we were discussing last week. This is not a light thing. This is not something small, okay? Where is your consciousness? I'm asking the Ahmadis, okay, where is your consciousness? Where is your conscience? Where is your conscience? Okay, how about asking yourself this question? Can this prophet be a true prophet of Allah? Okay, if we told you that Musa alayhi salam was working for Pharaoh, okay, by the way, I can guarantee you as a historian, every Ahmadi and Qadiani listening to me right now, that Pharaoh did not kill as many people as the British Empire in India. I repeat my statement with utmost confidence. You know, the whole population of the world at the time of Pharaoh was not 100 million. Are you listening, Hashim Bhai and Imtiaz Bhai? The
Yes,
entire
yes.
population of the world at the time of Pharaoh was not 100 million. It was, I don't think it was more than 10 million at the time. The entire population, human population of the world during the ancient Egyptian period was not more than 10 million people. Okay? So imagine a government and establishment killing 100 million people within 40 years in one country alone. Okay? Imagine. So who's the bigger criminal? Who is the bigger criminal? Pharaoh or the British colonial rule in India? Imagine if Musa alayhi salam came and he said, guess what, guys from Banu Israel, people from Banu Israel who have been enslaved for 400 years, my revelation tells me that I have to now serve Pharaoh. I have to write all these books and pamphlets running into hundreds of thousands of pages by his own admission that I have to serve this establishment. I have to be loyal to it. And my religion is now, O Banu Israel, my religion is two parts: obedience to Allah and obedience to Pharaoh. Okay? Imagine Musa alayhi salam saying this to Banu Israel. As challenging, as difficult as Banu Israel were as a people, they would have immediately rejected Musa alayhi salam. They would have said, you're a false prophet. You're an agent. You're an agent. You have been planted by Pharaoh to brainwash us, okay, so that we can continue in our slavery. 400 years of slavery. The British did the same thing in India. They were enslaving the Indians. They were exploiting their resources, okay. They had built railroads so that they can take all these resources to the coasts and into the ships and to Britain. Okay, at that time, this was a trading company, the East India Company for the first 100 years, and the remaining 90 years in India, direct rule of Britain, the colonial establishment of Britain. Okay, they killed more people than Pharaoh did. Okay, imagine a prophet of Allah coming to his people saying, my religion has two paths. Okay, one is to obey Allah, the other is to obey the colonial government. Okay, to be loyal to the colonial government. Okay, now imagine that. Imagine Allah revealing that to a prophet. This alone indicts Mirza as a false prophet, as a liar, as an agent of the colonial establishment. Okay, he was launched. And when I say he was launched, Mirza himself said in his own writing that I am a khud kashta poda. My family is khud kashta poda. That means self-planted seed. Self-planted seed. He's talking to the British colonial establishment in India, telling them that my family was planted by you.